Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be filming my top 5 highlighters video. I've done this before. I believe I did my top 5 eyeshadow palettes, and then recently I did my top 10 lip products, and a lot of you guys really love these kinds of videos just to see what are my personal favorites, because I know there's like so many of the different product categories. So these are just narrowing down like what I believe are the best of the best in my collection. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this video, and let's just get on into it. Before I get into the video really quickly, I just wanted to mention what is on my lips because I feel like I'm going to be getting a question about that. This is the Colourpop Ultra Satin Lips in the shade Tulips. It's like really unique. I feel like it's almost like a combination of like a vampy purple and like a vampy brown, but I don't know, I was just feeling a little vampy today, and the satin lips are definitely my favorite lipstick formula, so that is what I'm wearing on my lips today. Okay, so getting into my top 5 highlighters, my favorite highlighters are definitely the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kits. Here I have That Glow and Sun Dipped. I definitely cannot pick between these two. I feel like I really love them both equally. I would just say I'm mentioning these as my number one because of the formula. The shades that these come in are so stunning. These are pretty similar, these two. These are both more of like a warm golden champagne highlight. So again, these are That Glow and Sun Dip. That Glow is the first one that I got. I'll show you guys right now. It just comes with more lighter golds, champagnes. I really love this one. And then the second one that I got was Sun Dipped. This one is a little bit more deep. I want to say that this one is a little bit more unique, a little bit more bronzy. Here are some close-ups of the two glow kits. This one right here is That Glow, and then this one is Sun Dipped. Like I said, this one just has more lighter golden shades. As you're seeing, you're getting that super light yellowy shade, and then the two ones on the bottom are pretty similar to each other. I would say that this one right here has a touch more gold, and then this one, which I believe, yeah, is golden bronze. This one is a little bit too deep for my skin tone, but I actually really love using this on the eyes and as a little bit more of a bronzer topper as well. Oh my god, I did not just do that. No! Whereas this one in Sun Dipped, I do feel like it comes with a little bit more deep shades. I can pull these two off, Summer and Moonstone. These two look gorgeous on my skin, and I would even say work for lighter and more fair skin tones. These two are going to be a little bit more for medium to deep skin tones. This one I have tried wearing. It's a little bit too deep, but it just has such a unique undertone. I've never seen a highlighter with like this rosy taupey mauve look to it. I can pull it off if I mix it in a little bit with one of the lighter shades. And then this one, Bronzed, is just way too dark for my skin tone. As you can see right there, it's like a true deep golden bronze shade, but like I said, I have worn shades like this on my lid or as a bronzer topper as well, but this is definitely a highlighter that I reach for a ton in combination with the other one as well. When it comes to the formula of these highlighters, I love them because they are more of like a really wet metallic look, but I feel like they're also combined with like a glow from within. So like I feel like they're weirdly bright but subtle at the same time. So I really love these. They're not glittery at all. They don't have any chunkiness or shimmer. They don't emphasize any texture. They really are just a smooth, beautiful metallic on the skin, and these are definitely my favorite highlighters for that reason. The next highlighting product that I'm going to be talking about is Ofra Rodeo Drive. I absolutely love this highlighter. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that this is definitely like my ride or die highlighter. I would definitely say that this is tied with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kits. If I had to choose between these two, I honestly don't know what I would choose. This has a really similar formula to the Anastasia Glow Kits. The only thing that I would say is that I feel like it just has a touch, like the smallest touch of shimmer in it, but it's nothing crazy. It's not going to emphasize any texture on the face, and this one is definitely more of a true golden shade, but it just reflects off the skin so nicely. Again, it's so smooth, it's not chunky, and it's going to give you that beautiful glowing but like metallic look at the same time. I think that these ones are a little bit of a different formula when it comes to actually creating the highlighters. My packaging rubbed off because I use it so much, but I believe I remember that this being more of like a gel poured consistency. I will definitely have the link to all these highlighters down below so you guys can go and check them out, but I do remember it being something like a gel poured consistency. Just the way that they make this and the way that they press this is a little bit different than like a normal powder highlighter. And then this formula of highlighter also comes in a couple other shades I believe that they have been recently releasing. So if this shade isn't necessarily your cup of tea, they do have one that's a little bit more pink, a little bit more peach, and then also Nikki Tutorials limited edition Everglow highlighter with all the different shades in it is this same exact formula as well. So this formula definitely has a shade for everyone, and I highly recommend this because I just love wearing this all the time. When I just want like that perfect glow, this is the one that I reach for. My next favorite highlighters are my Colourpop Super Shock Cheeks. I realized that a lot of my favorite highlighters were a little bit more on the high-end side, but I have to say I find myself reaching for these a ton. I really love these as more of like a highlighter base. These are going to be really pretty, really glowing and reflective on their own, but just for like the consistency, I just think that whatever powder highlighter you put on top really sticks to them really well. So the first one that's my absolute favorite is Lunch Money. As you can see, I've made a huge dent in this. It's like a pale gold. It's definitely really awesome for fair skin. It's a little bit light on me for itself, but like I said, I love pairing this with other highlighters to make them more intense. It's definitely an awesome highlighter base. And then one that I do like to wear on its own a lot is Wisp. This one is a little bit more of a deeper antique gold, but it's not too deep where it leaves like that dark shadow when I look straight. It's still reflective enough, but it is just a little bit more wearable alone on my skin tone. So like I said, this one is Wisp. So these are the two highlighters from Colourpop. This one on the top is Lunch Money. Like I said, it's definitely a really light shade. So if you're light or really pale, this one I believe will for sure work for you because it's so light. It's almost a little bit too light for my skin. And then this one on the bottom, you can't really see it that well. My hand is a little bit darker than my face, and there's also not really good light hitting it, but it's definitely more of like an antique gold, and I do really love this one on its own, like I said. Oh, and I know I totally forgot to mention the prices of all the products. The glow kits are $40 each. Ofra Rodeo Drive, I believe that is $30 or $35 for the highlight, and then these Colourpop Super Shock Cheeks are $8 each. So these are definitely the least expensive out of the bunch that I'm showing you guys today, but they perform almost just as well, and they are really great highlighters. My fourth favorite highlighter out of my top 5 is the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo. This is in the shade number 1. I don't think that they make this particular product anymore. This one you are getting half a bronzer and then half a highlighter, but I believe that this same exact shade is identical to the Makeup Forever Pro Fusion highlighter in number 1. So I believe that they just took these two highlighting shades and made them like their own pan. But this one is a little bit different than all the highlighters that I talked about today, because if you guys have seen a pattern, I really tend to go for the more gold champagne highlighters, and this one is definitely more on the white icy cool tone side. I will swatch this one as well, but I really love this highlighter because it's one of the few icy highlighters that I have in my collection, and I find I get a lot of use out of it when I go for more of a cool tone look. So there it is on my hand. As you can see, it's definitely more pinky, but it's so reflective, and it's such an awesome highlighter. And they do even have this one or the full highlighter pan now in a gold shade if that's what you're more into, but I definitely wanted to switch it up, and I'm super happy that I chose this one at the time because again, it's super different than like 90% of the highlighters that I have in my collection. And I do believe that these are more on the expensive side. I think the Profusions go for like $45 on Sephora. I'm not exactly sure, but like I said, I will have everything linked down below. This highlighter again is going to be very smooth and very glowing. Looking at it, it doesn't have any shimmer or glitter in it whatsoever, not even when applied to the face. Sometimes highlighters swatch a lot smoother than they do apply on the face, but this one, it looks exactly the same on the face as it does the swatch, and it's just super pretty. And sometimes I do use this highlighter. Sometimes I'll do like the Rodeo Drive on my cheek, and then I'll just take a touch of the Makeup Forever just on the highest point of my cheekbone to make that pop, since it is such a contrast. And my last highlighter that I'm going to be talking to you guys about is the Jeffree the Jeffree Star Cosmetics and MannyMUA collab Skin Frost in Eclipse. When I first got this highlighter, I'm pretty sure I talked about it in a video, I wasn't like crazy obsessed with the highlighter. This is one of the highlighters that has probably one of the most terrible swatches that you will ever do, but once it's applied on the cheeks, it is so intense, it is so bright and metallic. I just think I needed to really play around with it a little bit more. So here's a little swatch of that. As you can see, it doesn't look that intense. It's really sheer on this side with some glitter and really opaque here. It's just not even, and the swatch feels just really terrible and gritty and patchy. But once I was able to play around with this a little more, I fell in love with using this on top of one of my Colourpop Super Shock shadows. So what I'll do is I'll take Lunch Money, is my favorite one to use underneath this. I'll apply Lunch Money first as the base on my face, and then Eclipse on top just works so well. I have to say, even on the face, I don't love Eclipse on its own. It definitely does give more of like a sheer glittery effect on its own, but on top of Lunch Money, it just transforms the whole product. It makes it so bright, so metallic, and I love the tone of this. On Jeffree Star's website, this is described as an icy peach, and I definitely think that that is really accurate to how it reflects on the face. This is probably one of my most intense metallic highlighters that I have. You just really need to play around with it, maybe pair it with another highlighter, use a different brush or something like that. With something like this, I definitely recommend a more dense brush to pick up most of the product. I tried using it with like the little Anastasia A23, and I really just got like a wash of glitter on the cheeks. And I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking like, why would I pay that much money for a highlighter if it's not going to work on its own? I know, like I said, I didn't really love it when I first got it. I was definitely disappointed, but I just felt like it's so worth it, just like the effect that it gives me once I really learned how to use it. I just still think it's worth it, and I find myself reaching for it a ton when I want just like the most blinding highlight you could think of. Alright guys, so that completes my top 5 highlighters video. I will have all these products linked in the description box down below, as well as prices and where you can find them if you guys are interested in shopping for the products or just overall learning a little bit more about them. Also, let me know what your favorite highlighters are down in the comments below. I would love to know, and I think that's it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And as always, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!